we go, guys. Here we go. So we have Jack, who kind of showed you a bunch of screenshots from 7 Signal, and that's all great. However, I want to show you a screenshot first and foremost. I can't be outdone. So we saw Jack's awesome dog. I'm going to show you my awesome cat. This is Momo. Okay. Now, Momo, as you can tell, he has a little bit of a weight problem. Okay. Which is why I've asked him to do crunches, which is what he's doing right now. So hopefully, you know, in time, I can show you another picture in a few weeks or a few months where he's maybe slimmed down a little bit. All right. Very important that we get that out of the way. Nevertheless, I just wanted to show you guys where those cool reports are that Jack ran in 7 Signal Sapphire. So here we go. I'm in the end-to-end tab right here. And you can see all of these different kinds of key performance indicators that are available to you. When I go to the authentication KPIs, here is where Jack ran his reports, and they're all here. And so you can just select which ones are important to you in order to find the bottleneck, find where it's failing, find where it's succeeding. And so that's all right here for you. Pretty cool. Now, the other thing that Jack and I were talking about before we got started here was just being able to quickly and easily identify, hey, you know, I've got access points out there. Do they even support 802.1x? And what we did is we ran this info report right over here. And in doing so, we're able to then get a list of all of the radios that are out there, all of the access points, and they're named in this alias column here. So I know, you know, where they are and what they are. But more importantly, you can see what is supported here, the 802.1x. Now, not all of them do support 802.1x. I can click on this here and you can see that there are some that, you know, it's only PSK. So really important to just know the capabilities and limitations of your hardware and your systems out there before moving forward. All right, guys. Now, I'm not going to show you all of those cool reports that Jack showed you because it would just be a repeat performance, an encore performance, if you will. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take a few more minutes to show you what's coming new in Mobileye, released tomorrow. So if you're a Mobileye customer, I think you're going to dig it. So let's go over to Mobileye. I'm going to show you what we're releasing tomorrow. So Mobileye, if you don't know, is that software that we push out to people's laptops and handhelds, and it's going to do performance testing from the device's point of view. Extremely cool. So over here, you can see that we've got these, what we call traditionally the dots of concern. The dots of concern are going to be different sizes and different colors based upon what's going on in the environment. You can see from the device's point of view that we're calculating, hey, do I have roaming coverage, congestion, interference problems? What's my overall Wi-Fi quality in the form of what we call a 7 MCS score? But these dots of concern were causing concern for our customers because they didn't quite get or understand the depth, the severity, the context. And so we changed it. We listened to our customers and we changed it. So this is what it's going to look like starting tomorrow afternoon. Ba-boom. Now, we're going to actually put some numbers into the dots, and they're no longer dots of concern. They're now circles of performance. I just made that up. So the circle of performance is actually going to indicate with color whether we have something that's in or out of compliance. The percentage inside the circle is the percentage of adherence to the target that you set. So for example, in this first one right here, 22%. So I have a service level threshold of, I need to be above an MCS score of 2, 90% of the time. How often am I achieving that level of performance? Am I adhering to that target? Uh-oh, it looks like I'm only adhering to that target 22% of the time. You see how easy that is? You see how nice that is? It's just easy to interpret, easy to understand. And that's what we're all about here, is making your life easier. When I mouse over the performance circle, you can see that the little caret, the little arrow is pointing to the little slice of time that is corresponding to the timeline. But what we're providing you also is basically give me a 2-hour window around that little time slice in order to see if this is something that's been going on all the time, if this is just happening once or twice. As you can see, when I mouse over these circles of performance, I can actually now see relative severity of the issue. There you have it, guys. Wow. So tomorrow afternoon, this is going to drop. And every month we're coming out with new stuff. So you got to stay tuned. You got to stay tuned. This is what I have for you. So glad to be here with you today. So glad to be back doing our 7 minutes with 7 Signal. And I just want to remind everybody out there that while you and me, we can't see or hear Wi-Fi, 7 Signal can.